This is a live edition. What's going on? Just waiting for some people. Yo, yo. What's going on? Do you guys have your notification bells on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I appreciate you, brother. What time is it by you right now? We got 3 right now. Four. Oh shit. Where you at? Damn. What's going on, Helen? Alright. 18, not bad. Not bad. Who's in America right now? Oh yeah. You're in Borko's Discord, right? Very far away. What do you hear? What do you say? What's going on, Hanson? It was a pretty shitty day today. It was rainy, windy. Columbus Day. I didn't do that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I talked to you in Borko's Discord. Which, if no one's in here that joined it, you should join it. It's fun. I don't know how I get more people in here than the other channel, and the other channel's got 120,000 subscribers. Makes no sense. Wonder where Joey is. And Jerry's got to get his ass in here. Left me out here in 11-degree weather like an asshole. Yeah, they did that on my first channel. They do that sometimes. They say they don't, but they're lying. Because I've asked them before. I'd go from 500,000 views in a day to 5,000 out of nowhere. But that's mostly from like the YouTube shorts, and then I don't know. That's why I stopped doing shorts. It messes up the whole algorithm. It's tricky. They change the algorithm sometimes. But the algorithm can't stop me. I still find a way. What's there to talk about? I'm old at 50 comments. You gotta make a new account? No, don't do that. I could. I'll help you with your algorithm. If you go to my profile, or I'll just after this, I'll message you. I'll give you my Instagram. I'll help you get your algorithm back. It's not dead yet. You just gotta do the right tags, and I'll help you out. Were you making money on Instagram? The worst is TikTok. That's the worst. The average viewer's attention span is like 3 seconds. It's ridiculous. That's why I stopped uploading over there. That's what I started. I did it for fun. Like I'm doing, this account's monetized, the other one's not. I started doing the other one for fun, and then I was like, let me make a second channel because I like to talk and do documentaries and shit. So I was like, let me start that up. So I hit 5,000 subscribers, I think today. So I was like, let me just see what happens. But I'm still doing it for fun, not for money. If money comes, that's fine, but that's not what I was doing it for. Instagram, I tried. It was just, I don't know. It's, I don't like it. YouTube's like the most funnest for me. Vito, what's going on, Arthur? What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about the world or TV shows, mafia, finance. We could talk finance. Yeah, I feel you, brother. Could always be better, right? I wonder if the chat's delayed by like 5 seconds. Someone type something quick. I want to see if it's delayed or not. Yeah, I just saw that comment now, Arthur. So that was about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I still got to figure out this live stuff. Yeah, I just got that comment now, so about 15 seconds. I wonder if I could change it somehow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe you're right. I think it is like 15 seconds. Yeah, just to catch up. I guess that makes sense. Plus, it gives them time, like if somebody spams, to get rid of them. You guys mess with the stock market at all or nah? How's the markets in India, by the way? Yeah. Well, so at least I don't have those problems right now. Oh, psychology? That's good. Yeah, finance, that's my stuff. It's my main thing, finance. But psychology is probably second. Considering I was a no limit hold'em player for like 20 years, so it's a lot of psychology in that. Playing poker tournaments for days and you have to read people all day long. 12 hours, 16 hours. It's one of the hardest games in the world. psychology wise. New good. What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in, brother. Oh, Bateman, what's going on? Oh, shit, yeah. What's going on, brother? Was I? No. I gotta get back to working out again. I just walk for now. 2 miles I walk every morning. Nah. Short attention span. That's funny. So your Bateman film does that have to do with what's his name in that movie? Christian Bale, Dr. Patrick Bateman. And isn't that the same guy that Dexter calls in the show for the what the frick is it? The tranquilizer? Yeah. I never seen American Psycho. I gotta see it. Because I like Christian Bale. He's in my top 20. I like the trilogy of Batman. I liked him in what was that movie with the financial crisis when he was Michael Burry. He played. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Yeah, he's one of the most talented. I remember watching The Machinist. He was good. He's good in everything. He's very versatile. The Big Short, yeah. See, that's the type of shit I'm into, like finance wise. I'll study companies and shit. I was in the GameStop thing when I found out Barry was in it, and then I sold too early like an idiot. I bought it like $10. I sold it at 12, and I shot up to 400. I'd be retired if I stayed. Yeah, my lady told me to watch American Psycho. She was gonna put it on the other day. I should have just watched it then, but maybe next weekend. Ford versus Ferrari. I didn't watch that either. I'm trying to think of the other movies I watched him in. Yo, what's going on, Fox? Is that you, Jerry? Yeah, I'm gonna let you know about it. So first I'll do American Psycho, and then I'll watch the other one. Yo, Fox, that's you, Jerry, or horror movies? Uh, Horror movies are tricky because I'm not scared of that shit. But I remember as a kid, the movies that scared me was The Exorcist, Pinhead, the I forget which Pinhead it was. Jason never scared me. Freddy Krueger, I was never scared. The first one was pretty scary because I was young at that time. But other than that, I don't know. Not too many horror movies scare me. Like ghost stuff, I'm not. I don't know. It's just I'm more afraid of the living than the dead. I'm trying to think what other movies Bale was in. I think they're remaking Heat, right? Yeah, I don't. Some of them. There was this one. If, yeah, Heat too. I don't know who's in it. Depp, Johnny Depp's in it. Who's in it? I forget that horror movie that was based in like Queens or Long Island, where the house was haunted. I forget what it was called, but that was a good movie. I can't think of that off the top of my head either. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched horror movies in like 15 years. Oh, a prequel? I could see that being good though. I liked The Town with Ben Affleck. That was a good one. It wasn't like Heat, but I liked that whole Boston thing. Plus, I like Ben Affleck a lot. Oh, DiCaprio. I thought it was Depp, but yeah, DiCaprio. That should be good. So that's a movie I'll go see. Not a lot of movies I'll go watch right away. And then I'm trying to think what other movies are supposed to come out. You know, a movie they got to redo and they got to do it right because, all right, them. I think they're making another Max Payne game, or they're doing a remastered. They have to make a better movie, a real good Max Payne movie. Like if they focus on what the games, the one and two, and not put Mark Wahlberg in that shit, they could have had a good Max Payne movie. 'Cause that storyline was crazy. That was a game that scared me when I was younger playing Max Payne, especially Max Payne 1. Hippo. I known Hippo since Moses wore short pants. Hippo's been around since my other channel had like 500 subscribers. Hippo, where do you live? I'm almost done with that Chris Moltisanti video with his lackeys. Today's Monday. It should be up by Thursday, maybe Friday. There he is, Kyle. My top earner over there. I was wondering when you'd show up. Did you get a notification? Sean did it on spec. It was Sean all the way. See, when it comes to video games, I only play specific games like I was saying earlier, Max Payne, those games, GTA, Red Dead Redemption. I play Fortnite here and there, but that's all for competition wise. But when it comes to storylines and stuff, I like Rockstar games. Oh, I'm shocked, Kyle. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's slacking on me. They don't want to see me do good. Yo, Kyle, are you in Borko's Discord? Yeah, Rockstar writes them perfectly. They don't rush anything out. They do it right. Any good 80s songs? What kind of genre? You should join his Discord. I put it in my community post on the main channel. One day I hope this is my main channel. Well, the 80s you still got hip hop, you got rock, R&B, pop. Um I'll send you a list actually. I have a good list. Uh I have a playlist of all that. Something upbeat. Yeah, after this I'm gonna send you something. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Hippo said it. Flash FM radio. I appreciate it, Beep. Thank you, brother. All right, yeah, get your workout on. Yeah, I got to 5,000 on here quicker than the other channel did. I don't know how. I'm still working on this friggin' wiretap video for this channel. I'm still trying to find transcripts. Joey, I'm worried about you, Skipper. Yeah, when Mikey said that, that was cringe, man. All right, let's discuss something. The Mikey Pelmise. Everyone was like, oh, you see people on Reddit, they're like, oh, Mikey Pelmise was a good soldier. He was loyal to Junior, but he dimed him out at the end when he was getting clipped. So was Mikey Pelmise a good soldier? Thank you, brother. Beep. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, at first I was like, because when I started, I think 3 years ago or whatever, I was doing. I hit all of the videos, but I was doing um something like how Cineranter does. But everyone was like, "Your voice puts people asleep." So I'm like, "All right, they hate my voice. I'll just use a freaking AI voice." Then they hated that. So I was like, screw the AI. I'm just going to start talking again. Whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever doesn't, whatever. Who is Junior's underboss? So that's a good question because Mikey became. All right, so Mikey was like, when he told JoJo he might get bumped up a notch or two. So he was probably captain, then underboss, then consigliere, right? Yeah, Arthur, he did go back on him. He's like, it was all Junior. So right there and then I stopped respecting him. Yeah, I'm just gonna be myself, man. I'm done with the AI. Right? I still I wrote all the scripts myself, but yeah, at one point I was just doing the AI shit with the text to speech, and then I'll just do it myself now. I did a few. Oh yeah, Sasa Beppy, right? That was he? I think Beppy was he underboss? They had the chart somewhere. I forget. I know Mikey Palmise was a consigliere by the time he got whacked. Oh yeah, Beppy Sasso. Yeah. So yeah, Junior's crew was weird. What mobsters held the best parties? From what I heard, it was probably Gotti. I'm sure privately, he probably Castellano privately, but from what I heard around the neighborhoods in Queens, Gotti would throw parties, big parties. Then Sammy the Bull tried to have a party one time. I think he only invited a couple hundred people, and then a few thousand showed up, and then he never did it again. But I'm gonna say probably Castellano, and then like secretly those kinds of parties, dinner parties, and then Gotti would just, he was trying to feed the neighborhood, make everybody like him. Yeah, Hippo. Everyone died prematurely over there. Yeah, I think Gotti. Yeah, Patsy and Gigi were originally with Junior because the flashback scenes. So that's probably why Gigi had to clip spoons because he was close to him. And then the mob, that's who gets you, the one that's the most closest to you. So the way they written that was pretty good. Oh yeah, the Fourth of July party with Gotti. Yeah, he would throw Fourth of July parties. Uh, you know who did the same thing? It, like Alpo and them in Harlem. They used to throw the block parties. If you feed the neighborhood, they shut up. They don't dime you out. Nowadays, they'll dime you out, but divide and conquer, that's what they did. They throw a bunch of different, you know, people around. And now look, you look at your neighbors around you, they'll talk shit on social media about you if you're in their community groups. You can't get nobody good nowadays. His favorite bag, he was so cheap, Paulie. His favorite bag. Don't lose it. Yeah. The guy who ruined the mob was probably Angelo Ruggiero. In The Sopranos, season 3, episode 1, it was called Ruggiero's Neighborhood. That's based on Angelo Ruggiero, Gotti's captain. Oh, yeah, Capone, too. He probably had nice parties. Plus, he was a party animal with what he was doing. I won't say it on here, but we saw it on Boardwalk. He liked his candy. Yeah, Joey Gotti, he was stupid with the big mouth. So I think so there's the tapes. I'll I have a couple of them. There's some on YouTube where they're talking with Neil Delacroce, and so both sides were waiting for Neil to die. Paul couldn't make a move on Gotti. He knew what would happen. Paul knew what happened. I think the lawyer gave up something, and then just both sides were waiting for Neil to die, and then uh, Gotti and them struck first. So in the thousands of hours of tapes that they had, they never caught Sammy the Bull on tape saying anything about anything incriminating. They only pinched Gotti, Frankie LaCasio, um, Tommy Gambino. What did I say? Gotti, Frankie LaCasio, Sammy the Bull, and Tommy Gambino. They winded up getting Frankie LaCasio on one murder, which was, I think, Louis de Bono. And supposedly he had nothing to do with that. And then Gotti told him, take it to trial or something. He would have been out. He winded up not, he winded up fighting the case and he lost and he did life. During the big Paul hit, Gotti drove. Sammy was the passenger. What was the conference in '59? Oh, that I know which one you're talking about. Was there ever a meeting like that again? No. I'm trying to think what kind of similar meeting was after that. But Paul was doing a lot of stupid meetings, commission meetings with construction, which the Gambinos they hated that. Neil hated that too. He's like, what the fuck? We're doing commission meetings on construction. Neil was getting pissed at Paul at the end. That's why he was saving Ruggiero's ass. Because it wasn't so much Gotti that Paul wanted to take out. It was really Ruggiero, but Ruggiero was Neil's, that was his nephew. Yeah, Ruggiero. The reason why they didn't pinch Ruggiero is because he talked so much that his nickname was Quack Quack. They winded up saying that he was not a cooperator. I forget what they call it. Just because he was given so much valuable information, they didn't even have to do much. He was just talking, talking. So yeah, he didn't want to give the tapes to Paul because he was talking about every boss in the commission. He was talking shit about Paul. He was saying he mentioned Gotti in it. That's why Gotti was probably afraid. But if if Paul wasn't on trial for the commission trial, they would have all been dead. If it was any other boss, let's say if it was the Chin, Gigante, they would have been dead right away. But Paul waited too long. But Paul was going to face 100 years anyway. So, all right, Ruggiero died. Yeah, so Ruggiero, Neil, and Gotti all died from that cancer, yeah. Why didn't Gotti clip Quack Quack? I heard he was gonna, but Quack Quack was dying of cancer. He was like on his deathbed. He was like, he didn't bother with it. He didn't even show up to the funeral. Or I don't, or he was gone. I don't think he was gone. I forget if he showed up or not. I think Sammy told him to show up. It was your friend. It'll look bad. I think he might have showed up, but I don't think he was wanted to. He was going to clip him. What's going on, Michigan? Yeah, so I think Ruggiero had a big play in taking down everything. And then Gotti with his big mouth. If Gotti would have never met Gotti, the reason why they got him was just he kept talking about stupid murders like the Louis de Bono murder that got them all pinched. No, I didn't do that yet. I was busy the last couple of days, but I'm going to get into that. I'll get into it. I didn't forget about it though, but yeah, I'll get into it. I forgot who was telling me to look into the Black Hand gang. And then I tried to look into it, and then it was saying that there wasn't a specific gang. So if any of you know about it, let me know. But I tried looking it up. Yeah, Frankie DeChico should have been boss, but he didn't want to because basically, Joey, what Sammy and Frankie DeChico wanted to do was let's use a Sopranos reference. They wanted basically Gotti to be like a junior, the lightning rod. Was Gotti right to be paranoid of Sammy? Um, so Sammy was a dangerous guy, but I think John had a big ego and John was very jealous. And Sammy had a lot of friends. Not that Gotti didn't, but Sammy had a lot of construction. He had it all locked down. So a lot of people went to Sammy more than Gotti. Gotti, they were just kissing his ass because he was boss. But if Sammy wasn't his underboss, somebody would have got to him. They already had the Genovese had a. They were going to clip him, and they got caught. No, Sammy was never going to make a move on Gotti. He says 19, but I think it's more than 19. He says he only pulled the trigger once. I think Sammy's probably got at least 40. He just can't say it, obviously, and I don't have the proof, but a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. I think on the tapes when John was saying that he's just killing everyone that take their businesses is not far fetched. So Gotti might have a point with that, where Sammy might, greedy. I wouldn't put it past him to have 19 personal ones, but yeah, there was 19 that he got in trouble for, but a lot of those were just like the Louis the Bono hit. He just gave the information of where Louis was. And then the same thing with Louis Melito, so he says. He was like, he had to be there to make sure Louis Melito didn't get disrespected before they killed him. But there's a theory out there that Louis, because him and Louis Melito were there when the 16-year-old kid, the innocent kid, got whacked. So it's possible that just to tie up loose ends, he got Louis whacked, but we don't know for sure. Yeah, but in those days, Sammy had the unions on lock. From what Sammy says, Gotti couldn't get anything done with the bosses. The Lucchese's hated him. Angelo Ruggiero tried to get a gas pipe whacked. They messed up. That hit. He thought Gotti was behind it. And the Lucchese's didn't like Gotti, but Gaspipe was friends with Anthony Gaspipe Casso was friends with Sammy. So every time something had to get done with the Lucchese's, Sammy would have to go there and figure shit out with the Lucchese's. The Genovese, same thing. Sammy had to go talk to the Genovese guys, the Colombo guys. He was friends with Nicky Scarfo, where Gotti wasn't close with all the guys Sammy was. All right, so hold on. Let me just read a couple comments here. What was that argument with Mike and Sammy in the street that was on the news? Mike was saying nobody ever went to jail because of him. Oh, so you're talking about Michael Francis, right? Michael Francis said something about Sammy one day. and Sammy didn't like it. And then Sammy basically said, you know, you're a rat too. And he proved that he was a rat. But that was that whole argument. Sammy whacked out his whole crew. Let me think about that, Joey. So, well, Sammy's main guy, he had Stymie. Stymie didn't get whacked by him. Um, Stymie got killed by somebody else. You had um, Peruta. Peruta didn't get whacked by anybody. He died. He had cancer. Uh, he had Huck, which I have a crazy story about Huck, but I think Huck tried to get Sammy killed in Arizona one day, and then this one of the Bilotis were like, "Nah, you do that, and you know you're all dead." Nah, Sammy wasn't born into money. His family was just regular Italian immigrant. You know, his mother was a seamstress. His father, they were just regular people. You're a rat too, is wild. Yeah, John Aolite. So John Aolite's a politician now. You believe that? Yeah, Patrick Bet David. I like his interviews. Michigan. That was one of my favorite lines with Junior. Master stonemason never fucking cut wood. All right. Yeah, Aolite's a politician. I don't know how, but yeah. So the reason why, um, so the whole reason why Francis can't, he's not scared. Well, yeah, he is probably scared. There's no, what do you call it? If you do a murder 100 years ago, you know, there's no, you guys know what I'm talking about. They could still get him on that. If he says tomorrow, if I killed somebody, then he's going to go to jail for life. That's why he'll never say it. Which is probably true, Joey. It's probably true. Yeah, the statute of limitations. Thank you, brother. My mind's shot right now. He did. He moved up to chain fat. He was a good earner. He was. He was a good racketeer, Francis. But if, you know, him and they're both rats and all, but in my opinion, Sammy was a better racketeer and he was a gangster, which Francis wasn't. I'm not a fan of Francis, to be honest with you. You bought your fucking button. Yeah, he was explaining that he made 8 million a month off the gas scams, the gas tax. He didn't have it all for himself, though. He had to probably pay off. He probably only saw like 50,000 off that because he had the Russians involved and the Colombo guys. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Sammy's podcasts were like some of the best stuff as far as the Gambinos, the Colombos. Um, some of that stuff I could corroborate with the stuff he was saying because I lived where he lived. Um, so I've heard stories in the streets back in the day. So he's not full of shit completely like a lot of people think he is. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's a piece of crap. But oh, Soft White Underbelly, yeah, he does some good stuff. I started following him like 6 months ago. He's good. Yeah, Francis, he just wants to sell his wine now. I should get into one of those rackets. Not rackets. I was thinking of making a wine or something. I don't know. I want to do something. What should I make, guys? What kind of business should I make? Just don't have me out there cutting lawns, all right? I don't want to have to split neighborhoods with people. I looked into olive oil, believe it or not. It's hard. Scotch, lithium, a lot of money in that shit. Encyclopedias? I don't know. I think it'd probably be tough to sell alcohol, right? Olive oil would be good though, but I don't know the cost. But I love olive oil. I rather use that than any other oils. It's the most healthiest for you, the olive oil. It has to be good though. You could tell which olive oil is good, what's not. I would want the best of the best, but it's expensive. Would any use pay $50, $60 for olive oil? No, I wouldn't do that. Fucking olive oil. The food's drenched. Yeah, Joey, that I would too. If the olive oil is good, I'm spending money on it. It lasts a while. No, none of that oil is good for you. Only olive oil. The other stuff is like carcinogens. Corn oil, vegetable oil, none of that's good for you. You could take teaspoons of olive oil that has health benefits. That's the only one. What's going on, actual? Yeah, Joey. Stick to the olive oil. Tell your paisans you don't want them getting sick. Yeah, Michael and Christopher, best shooter on the show. We didn't really see Bobby shoot much, but yeah, Christopher shot a deer in the head and with a handgun. He was the best shooter. All right. So, what do I take on my pasta? All right, you gotta have, you know, I like the sauce. It gotta be homemade, good. You know, you could put some wine in it. When you're boiling the water, you put the pasta. You know, throw the salt in there. Now, if you use any cheeses like grated cheese and stuff, get the best stuff. Get the pecorino. Um, it depends what kind of pasta. Like I like baked ziti. I like lasagna, spaghetti. Yeah, mozzarella is good, but my favorite, I don't know. My grandmother used to bring wheels of cheese from Italy. Nothing beat that cheese to this day. I could still taste it. That's how good it was. I could just eat wheels of cheese, whatever it was. I gotta ask her next time I see her. That cheese was so good when she used to come back from the airport, they would steal it. All right, let's see. So Michigan, who killed Dickie? It's implied Junior got somebody to get him. Rigatoni. Yeah, I like rigatoni. It's not my favorite. And then when it comes to pizza, I like Sicilian. Sicilian's my favorite. Rigatoni alla Tony. Nah, I just like regular Sicilian. In New York, you just say, "Let me get a Sicilian." Not the grandma, the thin ones, not the thin ones, and it's not like it's not fat. I'll take a picture one day. I'll show you. I'll start taking pictures of some of the shit I eat and where I go. Pineapple on pizza, I think that's disgusting. Homemade spaghetti, meatballs with sausage, palm. Oh man, I'm starving, Joey. The bread, the nice New York bread. Oh man, nothing beats it. Joey, is that confirmed that Tony Sirico said that? His character? It's done. That I didn't read that. Oh man, liquid basil. Joey, I could tell you could cook. I could tell. Mix it with the gravy. No Italians call it gravy. I don't know where they got that from. When I think of gravy, that goes on a turkey. Sauce is sauce. I'll listen to that scene, just that scene, Joey. I'll listen to. I won't watch the movie again, but I'll listen to that scene. My favorite topping, it depends. There's so many things you could do with pizza nowadays. I've had um, I've had bacon on it. It was all right. Pepperoni, the chicken cutlets on it. Eggplant, eggplant slamming on it. You get a nice Sicilian, throw some eggplant on it. Um, the buffalo mozzarella. Oh man, got to be in the mood for it. The buffalo. The pizza in Italy is different though. Like if you get a Napolitan pizza, it's more like a snack than a than what we got over here in the States. Yeah, sausage, pepperoni. No, unfortunately not. Uh, I didn't go. I have reasons why I didn't go, but I won't mention it. Yeah, the oven matters with the pizza. Brick oven's good. It's more expensive though, unless you have your own brick oven. Yeah, so New York City pizza to me, because I've been around. It's probably my favorite. And then there's this one place in Jersey I go to. It's called Vito's Pizza. They're from Sicily, so they got all the right ingredients. That shit's slamming. Am I looking for a movie recommendation, or are you looking for a movie recommendation? If I go to Italy, I would go see Rome, but that wouldn't be my first place. I would go see Naples. I would go right to Naples. I have family over there. Yeah, I am actually. Joey, you were in Naples? Where at, Michigan? Yeah, I want to go to Salerno. It's my father's city. A New Zealand movie? Yeah, Joey. When they're talking about Italy and the Commendatore episode, and Meadows talking about Ischia and all those places, I want to go there. Ischia looks beautiful. Yeah, East Kentucky. Take some pictures. If you got my Instagram or my email's in my main channel on the profile. Email me some pictures or Instagram me some pictures. I want to see that. Joey. Just macaroni and gravy. I don't even know what else is in Kentucky. Yeah, they know how to make ice cream. See, the thing nowadays that's different from like the old cultures that have the best food or the immigrants that come in and their food's great. You don't go shopping in one place. If you need your cheese, you go to the best cheese place. If you need your meat, you go to the best butcher. You get, you might have to hit up 5 to 7 stores to get all your stuff. You don't shop all in one place. And the ingredients, that's what matters. Am I right or am I right? Yeah, I just hung around for Columbus Day. I didn't get to do anything. Yeah, nowadays you see people they're at ShopRite, they just grab everything they need and then they go home and they whip up some bullshit. When you're right, you're right. Yeah, they taught these things when we were younger. Even like fish, there's a certain time to buy fish. You know when they're in season and when they're not. If you see something on the shelf and you like, if you study what kind of fish you eat and you see it in ShopRite, you're like, come on, you know it's gonna be bad. You want fish, real fish, you go to a fish store. They really, yeah, there's that the cultures, man, these days, I don't know. It's all going downhill. Joey, I don't like fish either. It depends. Sometimes. I don't like salmon. Um, like the bronzini, that, I would eat that. Calamar. I gotta get my passport. Joey, I thought you were a bacala man. What are you doing eating sushi? All right, Kyle, brother. Thanks for popping in. Even the coffee's old in here. I gave my life to my subscribers on a silver platter. I'm all agita all the time. My favorite coffee. Shit. Um, it sounds stupid. Right now, only because they get the first picked beans, is Dunkin' Donuts. They get the best beans. They get the first dibs before Starbucks, before any. I hate corporations, but if if I get a Dunkin', I won't go there. I'll go buy the thing where you get 100 cups because I don't want to pay $3-4 for 1 cup of coffee. For $20, you get 100 cups. So what is that? Like 20 cents a cup, and then milk, sugar. Figure you're paying 40 cents a cup instead of $4 a cup. I have a love-hate relationship with coffee. I have to have it now because I'm addicted to it, but once I quit cigarettes, I gotta quit coffee after that, and then I'm good. I don't drink alcohol, so that's good. Yeah, I take it with cream and sugar. I can't drink it black. I don't like coffee. I'm just addicted to it. Yeah, Michigan, they try Starbucks. Like my sister, she'll buy an $8 cup of bullshit with cream and chocolate bullshit syrup and whipped cream garbage, and you come back with a $12 cup of coffee. That's the world we live in today. Yeah, Joey, I'm quitting very soon. I keep saying it, but I'm serious this time. I'm quitting while I still could breathe. And then after I have to quit the coffee with it because both go hand in hand. I know once I quit, I'm going to gain 20 pounds right away. This would be my fourth time quitting. I've quit for years, and then I went back like an asshole. I used to be a tea drinker when I was younger. First it was coffee, then I'm like, I don't really like the taste. I'm like, let me try the tea. I liked the tea for a while, and then I don't know why I went back to coffee. Tea, hot tea, and then the iced tea. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Joey. Fuck. How old? Oh, that's sad. Fuck. I'm sorry, man. Uh, so in Jersey, they're almost, yeah, they're about $13, and then in New York, they're $20 to $21. Rip off. But I know once I quit, I'm gonna eat like crazy because that's what I did last time, and then I gained like 50 pounds. Joey, you know any unions that are hiring right now? Internships? Yeah, 2 miles every day. I try to do at least 10,000 steps a day. That's the, I think that's like the top to do. Not the top, but 10,000 steps is like the first goal. I don't know what that equates to. I don't even know if that's a mile, but yeah, at least 10,000 steps a day. Yeah, I think recently when I was in the city, I walked 20,000, but I felt that the next day. My whole back was burning. I got to get back to the city soon. I love it there. And then maybe Philly soon. South Philly. I'll be right there. I'm just going to try and invite some people. Hold on. All right, Joey. Thanks for coming in, Joey. What's a good gangster movie that you, what haven't, I don't know. That you haven't seen or I haven't seen? I have no idea. Yeah. Actually, you're with on my Instagram, right? Yo yo yo. Tomato or Toma? I was just talking about everything and miscellaneous. What's going on, Toma? What are you getting into? Not much, just hanging out. Fucking bored out of my mind. I hate this fucking shit. I need something good to watch. I don't know. I'm not really in a movie mood right now, though. I've been more into shows and just documentaries right now. Roadhouse? No. What's that on? What's it about? Oh, Patrick Swayze? No. I liked him, though. The Rewatchables did a sick episode on Goodfellas. Where can I watch that? Is that on YouTube? So I just type in Rewatchables Goodfellas. Spotify? No, I don't have that. Oh, shit. I'll probably put that on tonight then. Probably gonna head off in a few minutes. What are you guys getting into? Is it the like the true story about Goodfellas? Like with Paul Vario and that crew? My favorite documentary or series on the mob. Uh, damn, that's a good one. I think that there was one on the. I don't know if it was the History Channel. I forget what they called it, but that was a good documentaries. And then when Sammy the Bull had that podcast, Hour Thing podcast, that was good. That was the Gambinos. But yeah, I forget what it was on the History Channel. They had a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, it's on the film. I'll check that out. That's interesting. Yeah, he's getting senile now. He's telling the same stories over and over. He's starting to forget shit. I think he has to go for like a heart surgery, something with a valve in his heart. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna make it much longer. Yeah, actual. So I would probably prefer that because I mostly just when I'm going to bed, I'll put stuff on, I'll listen to, and then I'll fall asleep to it, and then whatever I didn't hear, I'll listen to the next night. I'm more of a listener than a watcher. So when it comes to like documentaries and shit, because I got a good, vision, so I could piece stuff together. Yeah, the best hitman or shooter in the mob would probably be. Uh, I gotta think about this one. The best hitman. Shit, there's so many of them. It wouldn't be Roy DeMeo, I'll tell you that. Um, damn, I might have to go back to the 50s for this one. Oh, shit. That's a good question. The best shooter? Wow. I might have to get back to you on that. It might be somebody from the 50s. Somebody in like Anastasia's crew or something. Crazy Joe? Yeah, but he was more. If I'm thinking of a hitman right now, I'm thinking of Sammy the Bull. I'm thinking of Jerry Papa. I'm thinking about, uh, you know, Nino Gadji, um Albert Anastasia. Roy DeMeo, I don't know because he killed a lot more innocent people than gangsters. Jerry Papa was more crazier than Roy DeMeo. Tommy Karate, Greg Scarpa, Damn, it's 5 a.m. Let me see what time it is. It's almost midnight here. Yeah, the whole DeMeo crew, they were just sickos. But everyone, I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, the Mayo crew, they're scary, this and that. I don't know. As soon as Frankie DeChico and them went up to him and said, we need to kill Roy DeMeo, they gave him up right away. Nino Gaggi was his captain. I think Nino had more balls than Roy. Then you had Nino's nephew, Dominic Montiglio. He was in the military. It was more ruthless in the 50s and 60s. Was it similar to Italy? Um, no, Italy was more ruthless. You guys know Toto Rina from Sicily? That guy was responsible for over 1,000 deaths, and that's just Sicily. Look him up, Toto Rina. Totorina. Toto Rina. He's the one who whacked the judge and his whole family on a bridge. He blew up the whole bridge. And then all the Italians like, this is unacceptable. And then they winded up getting him. But yeah, Sicily was crazy. That's what they did in Italy. They brought it to the U.S. too because uh, after Gotti and them got Castellano whacked, the Genovese family called some people from Italy and used the car bomb on Frankie DeChico. So if the feds didn't get involved and, all of them didn't get pinched, it would have been bad. There would have been a lot more explosions and shit. It would have been hectic. Yeah. If you want to know what they do in like Naples, Italy, like where Furio was from, watch Gomorrah. Gomorrah, you'll see what they do, and that's light work compared to what they really did. It's based on the Camorra Wars in the 2000s. Vicious ain't the word. It's one of the most realistic too. Gomorrah. and the acting was brilliant. You gotta put it on Napolitan and then with the English subtitles. Don't watch it English dubbed. If you're a Sopranos fan and you watch Gomorrah, you're gonna be like, wow, the Italian, especially the Jersey mob, was child's play compared to these guys. Oh, the English dubbed was so bad, you have to watch the Napolitan version. Yeah, like picture Furio from The Sopranos, but 1,000 times tougher. And to me, the show reminds me of like Mafia mixed with Game of Thrones. That's how Gomorrah is. Because it's not like the five families there. There's all clans, they call them. Different clans. Just straight up vicious. And it was a true story. Season 1 and 2, true story. Season 3 had a lot of true stuff about this one guy. I won't mention his name. I don't want to spoil anything because it was a great show. But yeah, you had 19-year-old kingpins. They recruit people at 10 years old out there. Sharpshooters at 10 years old. The Camorra been around, I think, more than Cosa Nostra and the Ndrangheta. They've been around since the 1600s. So that's one of my top shows. The NYP is definitely the toughest. It is considered one of the largest militaries on the planet. They're a straight up military. Trust me when I tell you. I've seen them in action. They do not play, they're very tactical militia. Machiavelli wrote what book? I was listening to Machiavelli lately. Yeah, the NYPD is one of the largest militaries on the planet. Like, hypothetically, they could invade any country. You know, hypothetically, you put them anywhere, they will conquer it. They are that tough. There's so many of them. I've seen them in action during protests. They are not to be played with. And they'll walk around in the crowd without uniforms. You won't know who they are. And they just grab an intel on you. You can't fuck around with them. I've seen people get beat up crazy. They do not play. I would never mess with them. Yeah, the SWAT, you can't defeat them. You can't defeat them. I wish I was like in a SWAT team or something. I wanted to do that growing up. I wanted to be like FBI, CIA when I was a kid. I thought it was cool. gather intel and all the psychology stuff. Thanks a lot, Matt, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, SWAT just sounds cool. The Raptor Squad? Yeah, I've had SWAT. I came out to a bunch of guns drawn once. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do nothing though, but it was a misunderstanding, but it was still a scary thing. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, detective. Yeah, that was one of my dream jobs too. But you have to be a regular cop first, which sucks. What do you mean, Matt? No, I didn't see the Son of Sam tapes. I saw a bunch of documentaries on the Son of Sam. I kind of try to stay away from the Netflix stuff because they do add some weird stuff to the stories that aren't true from what I heard. But I YouTube sometimes creators on YouTube like they'll do their due diligence and they'll come out with better stuff than Netflix, in my opinion. Who did, Matt? Damn, they did that to you? Oh shit. No, I didn't have no ARs, but they pointed some shit at me. I don't know. I'm not with the drama. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't think the dog was talking to him. Yeah, I was hearing the same thing with the cult. And the whole David Berkowitz thing, too. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, Matt. Yeah, the Son of Sam was just, he got, they caught him because of a parking ticket. All right, brother. Thanks for joining in. I think we got a lot of ground rules covered. Oh shit! You just reminded me about that boop. Um, that Long Island killer. I was watching something not too long ago with him, and I'm not sure if they caught him. I don't think, from my recollection, I don't think they did. I know there was two at one point, but I think there's this one guy that we're both probably thinking about. I don't think they got him. They did catch one other guy. They winded up finding out from this one guy that like knew his build. I think he worked for somebody right under their noses. They caught him in Manhattan. He was buying a pizza or something, and they caught him. Yeah, the Craigslist killer. That's what they were calling him back when I first heard about it. I think it was around 2014, 2015. I believe it was 2014. I pretty sure they caught him. Who was the other guy in New York that they never caught? I forgot his name. There was the first Zodiac guy they never caught. They caught the copycat though, from L.A. or vice versa. Yeah, the Zodiac was never caught. And then there was another one that they never caught. I forget who it was though. Who was the one that used to walk in Central Park and just pop people? I forget. That wasn't the son of Sam, was it? I think there was another guy. I forget his name. Uh, shit. You know who I'm talking about. Was it him? No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I know Zodiac though. He was never caught. What about that idiot, the DC sniper? That was the dumbest guy. He did it all so he could try to eventually get his wife. So he wanted to hunting innocent people. It was the DC sniper is the worst one. Yeah, no, I don't think that was him either. Forensic Files. I should send you a list, or I'll post some of them. A couple of serial killers on there. They had the Boston Strangler one. There was a few of them that were just scary. These guys are scary. Yeah, the DC sniper. Yeah, yeah. What about Snoop Dogg? BTK? Remind me. Imagine you get bored and about all that. That's just crazy, man. I don't know. Yeah, who was BTK again? Uh, what about the other guy with the oh, um, you know who was really intelligent? I don't know. I forget the reasons why he did. I think he got fired or some shit. The Unabomber. The Unabomber was nuts. He lived in like the weeds. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. My brain can't grasp on why they do what they do. Like I like the show Dexter and all that stuff, but when it comes down to it, these guys and some girls, you know, sickos. Yeah, so that's what, yeah, basically the Unabomber. Yeah, he saw with the whole technology thing. But yeah, you're right. You can't just not innocent people, you know, that's stupid. If you want to get your point across, he was smart enough to where, you know, he could have got his point across in a nicer way without any harm done. That's how smart he was. Yo, I saw that with the Dexter copycat. That guy was stupid. You got to be an idiot to watch a show and be like, "Oh, I want to be like that guy." That was stupid. That's crazy. Like if you're gonna watch a show and want to be something, go watch like FBI guys and law enforcement. Work up that ladder or something, or watch construction guys or something. Learn a trade. This guy wanted to be like Dexter. That's insanity. Imagine. Yeah, when I first read that, I'm like, what the F? He was the worst. He was the worst. There was this one guy in Forensic Files. I don't know his name. He didn't have like a special name. This guy got away with a lot, a lot. They would have never caught him. And then one day, his girlfriend just she got arrested for some shit, and then she's like, "Yeah, this." this is the guy who did all these crimes. And then they looked into him, and he was still squeaky clean. They couldn't figure anything out. And then they started listening back on the tapes of the girlfriend, and then the girlfriend was telling them how they were in the bedroom and all that stuff, like what they used to do. So then the detectives went back to the crime scene, and they looked in. So the guy would burn down the crime scenes, but there was a wet towel that didn't get burnt, and they found one of his hairs in there, and that's how he got caught. Yeah, that's true, brother. But yeah, that's how they caught him. He was a sicko. I don't even want to say what he said on here, but Ed Kemper is a scary guy because he's so intelligent and calm. He talks about his murders like he's talking about buying groceries. He realized he was disturbed and turned himself in. Yeah, some people, I guess it haunts them. I know it would haunt me. I don't know. I wouldn't hurt anybody. It would just haunt me. But some of these guys probably just have a conscience. They don't know what the hell they were doing. But then you got guys like Dahmer, just a whole nother level of sicko. Yeah, I noticed that. Some of them do. They're just more free, I guess, when they're in there. Plus, some of them probably needed meds, the ones in the asylum. O and A? No, I don't think so. What is that? Dahmer was a not. He was just, I don't know, just a whole nother level of. I can't even explain it. I have no words for him. Oh, Opie and Anthony. Yeah, yeah. Ted Bundy. He was crazy, but he had his way with words, and I guess all the girls loved him. I'm trying to think of the other guy too. One day I could have my laptop with me while I do this, so I could search stuff. All right, brother. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll do another one soon this week. Yeah, I forget his body count. But I was actually looking it up online like a few months ago. There's some people at like 200, 300, but I don't know if we can count those because a lot of them are Mexico, the cartel stuff. Oh, yeah, John Wayne Gacy. Did you watch Dexter Resurrection? They showed a part where when he goes into this like hall of serial killer stuff, they show the clown, which was John Wayne Gacy's outfit. Yeah, all those countries, man. The the yeah, Colombia, Mexico, um, Guatemala. You see people at like 200, 300. I know they were saying Roy DeMeo had at least 200, but the way he did it was so pathetic that I don't even. He was a serial killer, but I don't know. He was just a different kind of animal. Yeah, I wouldn't go to Colombia. It's probably nice over there, but I don't know. I'm not traveling to any places where there's potentially very poor people. That includes the United States as well. Some states I will not go see right now. The world's just not in a good place where you could just go anywhere right now. You got to be careful. I won't go to Mexico. As nice as it probably is, and the beaches and stuff, it's just I have a beach over here. I don't, and it's safe. So I'm gonna head out in like 2 minutes, brother. I think it's just me and you right now. Oh yeah, I was. There's something on I think Netflix or Amazon about Ed Gein. Yeah, I didn't watch. I'm gonna watch it just to see. Yeah, that's disgusting. I saw some little pieces of it. That's disturbing. That's disturbing shit. That's wacko status. Like can't be in a society type thing. Yeah, the Netflix show. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna definitely watch that. I want to see what it's about. I saw the intro. I'm like, what the hell? But it does. I could see why you say it gets trippy. Yeah, they usually do live in like those kinds of places. I didn't know they copied that from Texas Chainsaw and the Silence of the Lamb. Yeah, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me that. I'll keep that in mind when I watch it. I'm gonna try to go live again sometime this week. Thanks a lot, brother. Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm gonna find a day this week to do a live. I'll try to get Pete on, but if he doesn't come on, I'll see who else I could get on. But if not, it'll just be me, and then we'll figure out something. But I'll make a post and then let you know. But I appreciate you hanging out the whole time, brother. And I will definitely catch you on the next one. Me too, me too. I'll see you soon, bro. I'll talk to you soon. If you want to come on next time, let me know. I'll invite you on. Just tell me where to send you a link if you're interested. Take care, brother.